Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show.com, the Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, we're coming to here with another update. What we're doing today is we're trying to decide which is better for you, the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 5C. Which did you buy, and is it worth it to pay the extra $100 to upgrade between these two babies? We have the AT&T Gold iPhone 5S, just came out, with the Verizon, actually, iPhone 5C. Let's talk about what the two differences are. Now, for the most part, the bodies are very similar. They're a little bit different in design, in size, and scope and stuff, but for the most part, the screens are the same, the quality of the PPI and everything else is the same that you would find between the two phones. So let's get into some of the other details of what you're actually missing between these two. What is the big difference? Well, let's break it down and cover some of the differences. Now, the iPhone 5S has the new A7 chip. It also has a motion sensor chip along with it. It's super fast, has 64-bit processor. The chip that's in the iPhone 5C is an A6 chip, which is in the newest and latest iPad. So it's fast, it's just not as fast as the iPhone 5S. Now, there's no fingerprinting button, so you don't have that with the iPhone 5C. You have the nice special fingerprinting security measure, if you will. The other difference is the camera on the iPhone 5C only has 2.4 aperture setting to it, where the camera on the iPhone 5S has a 2.2 aperture setting, which allows you to get more light into the camera. On the iPhone 5C, you don't get the True Tone flash, you just get an LED flash. You don't get auto image stabilization, which is built into the iPhone 5S. As you look at both these, you can see the difference between the flashes. You have the True Tone dual flash there. We just have the single flash on the iPhone 5C. And you don't get burst mode, which is like a fast, speedy, quick burst mode of shots that you can take and do. You don't get that with the iPhone 5C either. And the difference, of course, is just in the price. Now, you can't get the iPhone 5C in 64 gigabyte in any of the models. You can do that on the iPhone 5S. So if you really want that extra gigabyte, you're going to have to spend a little bit more and get the iPhone 5S. Other than that, the price is very comparable, $100 difference between these two babies in being able to get them. Okay, so all in all, maybe you can live with some of the differences that you don't get on the iPhone 5C that you get with the iPhone 5S. But here's the bottom line that I want to run by you. I think it's worth it to pay the extra $100 that you're going to take and do to get the iPhone 5S. Now, maybe you like the body style or something on the iPhone 5C, and that's great. But one thing you might want to think about is it's worth it to make the extra investment, because most of the iPhones that I have, I rarely end up losing money on them. They sell really well, they hold their value, and when it comes time to sell them, you usually lose like $100. And you turn them over, and away you go. So it's worth it to pay extra to get a higher quality product. I think in a couple of years, when your contract runs out on the iPhone 5S, this phone is going to be much more in demand than this phone. Currently, right now, the iPhone 5S is selling at a 4-to-1 or 3-to-1 ratio compared to the iPhone 5C. So the sales value and resale value on the iPhone 5S are going to be much more stronger 2 years from now. So for that reason, I think it's worth a stretch. When you think about it, you're paying an extra $100 and you're doing it on a 2-year contract. So technically, if you take the $100 and divide it by 24 or 18, however you want to take and break it down, some companies you can get into after 18 months a change of phone. I believe Verizon you can do, and some of them are changing now. But if you really think about it, you divide the 24 by 100, what is that, like $10 a month, something like that, roughly. I'm just throwing out numbers here. But isn't it worth it to get a better phone for $8 to $10 a month if you invest it over the time, get a better camera, get better speed, get better all-around phone? Get the iPhone 5C if you love the design of it and all the good stuff. But I think it's worth finding an extra $100 somewhere on your couch or borrowing it from a friend or whatever to upgrade to the iPhone 5S. And think about the resale value, because I think the resale value is really going to make the difference. Thanks to our good friends at AT&T, who have the fastest uploads and download speeds. And thanks to Verizon for sharing the phone with us on the iPhone 5C. And be sure to check into the ChrisVossShow.com often. Give us a like, subscribe to us, watch for us. We constantly get new phones from all the major phone carriers, and you'll want to see what we're reviewing next. Thanks for coming by.